Hey guys, we're at SHOT Show 2020. We're at the Rome Rifle booth, and this is Jordan. Jordan, thanks for coming out and explaining to us what this rifle is all about. This is a new product for 2020, and what's really interesting about it is it's targeted for hunters, and it's extremely lightweight, and it achieves that by using a magnesium alloy. Jordan, can you tell us a little bit about the magnesium alloy and what it's all about?
Sure. So the magnesium alloy in this rifle, we've chosen to be very high strength. And the same alloy is used in a lot of aerospace applications that are very demanding. And so we've made it specifically so that to address some of the problems that magnesium's had in the past with other firearm components, such as Mag Tactical, with their low receivers being very brittle. And so we've addressed the brittleness, we've addressed the flammability. You know, we're putting Cerakote on it. Magnesium's very safe in bulk form. But yes, if you start shaving away at it and create chips, the chips will ignite. The rifle, however, is perfectly safe.
Okay, so the benefit then is basically weight reduction.
Yes.
About how much weight reduction are we looking at versus aluminum?
About 33%.
About 33%, and that certainly feels to be the case. I mean, for a 308, which I'm holding right now, the rifle is lightweight, and I also had the opportunity to just check out the handguard. This feels like paper.
Yeah, feels like air.
But the rigidity, talk about that. I mean, this thing is super lightweight, minimalistic in terms of how much material's in there, but it's not really thinner than aluminum handguards I've seen, because M-LOK has a standard in terms of thickness, so that's not brittle, right?
Correct. So the dimensions on this handguard are very interchangeable with dimensions handguards you'll see from most major manufacturers. We haven't skeletonized it or shrunk it. We just exchanged the material, aluminum to magnesium. But the shape is actually what gives its rigidity, this sort of octagon shape. And so we've spent a lot of time and design and effort to make sure that it's still up to the task of what firearm customers expect.
Awesome. So let's talk about the components of the rifles. Now, you offer them in 308 and 6.5 Creedmoor.
Yes.
You're using a Faxon barrel?
Correct. Yep.
Okay. So who makes the bolt carrier?
Toolcraft.
Okay. And then you're manufacturing the upper, lower, handguard, the extension tube or the buffer tube, or the receiver extension, and then the barrel nut, which is magnesium. And then with the stocks you're using?
We've got a Magpul stock, and we've got a Hogue pistol grip. Depending on the configuration, it could be a varying stock of the rifle that you buy. And then the limb saver recoil pad.
I noticed you have a flat face trigger in there. Who makes the trigger for this particular model?
The trigger shown here is from ATC, American Trigger Corporation.
Okay.
And they make a really high-end, just nice, crisp, clean break trigger, about 2.5 pounds at its break, and it's got a nice take-up as well.
Okay. So you have options there.
Yes.
I was taking a look at your catalog of offerings, and so you have options in triggers, you have options in Cerakote, black, or flat dark earth.
Yes.
And can people configure it any way they want, or so can you mix and match components, have a flat dark earth receiver, black lower, or a black Cerakote upper, a flat dark earth lower,
Yeah, we're not sure yet, but we've gotten a lot of feedback that tells us that people really like the two-tone. Yeah. Black here, flat dark earth here, to mix and match. It gives a really sharp look, so we'll probably see what customers come back with as to which components they like.
If you make it like 5 different colors of flat dark earth, I hear that's a pretty popular color match right now. Or color scheme, I should say, because somebody made that quite popular because they couldn't get the colors consistent. So people like 2-tone, 3-tone, 5-tone, but that's really cool, man. So have you taken this thing into the field and done a lot of shooting? How much shooting have you guys done? Quite a bit of R&D, or? Quite a
bit of R&D. We've been in development now for 2 or 3 years. I came on board 2 years ago. My engineering manager and 2 other individuals were working on it even before then. Speaking of field testing, we've taken it to the range quite a bit, but actually this rifle here, sporting a longer barrel, is still .308 caliber. This actual rifle is the one I took in the field this November for deer hunting season, and got a white-tailed doe with it. So
what'd you use, 308 or 6.5 Creedmoor?
I used the 308 for that one.
But 308's awesome, man. It's a great hunting round, but a lot of folks have started to look at 6.5 Creedmoor, myself included. You guys offer that caliber.
Yes.
And I'm starting to transition over because I really just love the characteristics of the 6.5.
I agree. I've been starting to shoot it actually just after hunting season ended.
Yeah.
And I mean, the recoil is so much nicer. Everything about the cartridge is well balanced. And, ballistic coefficients are so much better. And,
so you're not getting a whole lot of recoil out of it, right? Is it
the 308? What we found testing our own rifles, the 308 has significantly more recoil than the 6.5 Creedmoor. So we've gone to some lengths to mitigate the recoil effect. The lower weight rifle, it does have significantly more felt recoil, and so we put a muzzle brake on some of those to drop the felt recoil, as well as a recoil pad that comes standard from Limb Saver that just bolts right onto the Magpul stock. Whereas that's not as necessary on. I would say it's not as necessary on the 6.5 Creedmoor.
So it's a direct gas impingement rifle.
Yes.
And the gas block is just standard.
Steel gas block.
Okay.
Not adjustable, just standard. We didn't want to go down the rabbit hole as well as try and affect the reliability of the rifle. So we didn't want to go to a super light bolt carrier group. It's a full mass, full mass bolt carrier group. It cycles beautifully. It cycles every time. You can put all sorts of ammunition in it, and you don't got to worry that, well, I got to adjust my gas block because I'm using this ammo today, and I've got a super light, unreliable cycling. It's out of time. It's overgassed or it's undergassed in these scenarios. So
yeah, I've seen the cut up bolt carriers where they've just like the Gucci Glock slides where people just cut holes throughout them trying to get that weight down, but then they're putting heavy buffers and stuff in there trying to compensate for the difference. So that's interesting. So what are we talking about price wise? What do we enter the market at, and then what's the highest price point?
So we enter the market at about $23.49 MSRP, and the high-end price point is $28.99 for the 6.5 Creedmoor with the long 22-inch barrel. Okay,
very good. And the magazine, standard SR25?
Standard SR25.
So Magpul mags working and stuff like that?
So with the purchase of the rifle, you get a 10-round PMag, Magpul PMag with the purchase.
So how can people find you guys online?
Our website just went live. It's roamrifles.com. Otherwise, we've got Facebook, Instagram, all the standard social media.
And again, you guys are looking to go live with these new products in 2020?
Yes.
Later this year?
Yep, very soon.
Okay,
very soon.
Outstanding. Well, guys, keep an eye on Roam Rifles. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
I'll talk to you guys soon.